What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? For today's video, it's one I've been wanting to do for a little while now. I wanted to give a kind of a complete overview of Sentinel, highlight his abilities, show what he's all about, and what he is actually capable of. So let's start here with some base attributes. Of course, you can see here I've got him full suicides. He is full suicide friendly, and I'm going to kind of highlight that in one of these fights coming up, how he is sustainable even with the suicides on. So attack rating 2437 at rank 5, it's pretty good. Crit rating, percentages, crit damage rating, they're all kind of low, but they're all tied in, especially like his armor. It's all tied in with his signature ability. So he's a tank, he's a villain. He's metal, robot, size XL, big guy, big guy. Alright, so let's take a look at his actual abilities. So his analysis upgrade is when the target activates a special attack and it matches the previously activated special attack, he gains 20 analysis charges. So this is pretty huge as to why his awakened ability is great. So as you can see there, he gains 20 charges even at SIG level 1. So that in and of itself basically makes the champ. He does have great prestige. I do like him at SIG 200. So the other part of that his signal level is dependent upon is abilities that cause Sentinel to lose power are 0.8% less effective per analysis charge. So what that means is that, like on Plagued Mind node, for instance, at full analysis charges, he is, when Plague Mind hits, he's only going to lose about 20% of his power. Here we see Plague Mind is getting ready to hit, boom, and he only loses that much power, very little. But it's great. It works in war phenomenally. So, you know, you go against Plague Mind node, boom, you've still got power, no problems. So passive abilities, advanced robotics, he's fully poison, bleed immune. The target analysis, so Sentinel monitors the target. When they repeat the same action twice, he gains 4 charges. So basically, if they hit at you with light or medium, do the same thing twice, dodging. When they block, that's why you see me hit into their block a lot of times, 4 times in a row, to gain your charges. And of course, against mutants, he gains double that. Everybody else is just 4, and then of course, cosmic, it's half that. So special attacks cost 0.25% less per analysis charge. So at full analysis charge, it takes 25% less energy, or less, you know, of his special meter. Same thing with armor rating. You're looking at an increase of 1268 at max charges. Crit resistance at 1694. You can't crit this guy once he's maxed analysis charge, so that's awesome. His attack rating goes up by 2437 per analysis charge. So we're going to come back to this real quick, but 2437, his base attack is 2437, so his attack doubles at full analysis. It's insane. Go down here. So basically at max analysis charges, his special 1, special 2 can be triggered through block. It's awesome. When charging a heavy, as long as they do not have a shock on them, he becomes unstoppable. So you'll see that here shortly, where I can apply a heavy attack mid combo pretty safely. Sometimes you get hit, but because he's unstoppable, it doesn't affect that at all. When he inflicts a shock, incinerate, or heal block, armor break, whatever, its duration is doubled, increased by 100%. So on the heavy attacks, you're going to shock the target for 2437 over 3 seconds. At max analysis, it's going to be about 48 to 4900 over 6 seconds. So that's pretty good, and I think that might be tied in with attack too a little bit, but it's significant. So special attack 1 is going to be a heal block for 6 seconds, and of course that gets doubled to 12 seconds. 12 seconds is a really long heal block to put on somebody. Successive hits you'll get the armor break on them too. Once again for 12 seconds. The special attack 2 does 1218 energy damage over 3 seconds. So this is the big deal right here. It also removes targets perfect block chance and reduces their block proficiency by 50%. Okay, that's great, but the big deal is 1218 energy damage over 3 seconds. Okay, he applies 5 of those. So 1218 times 5 is 6,090. And then once he's at max charges, that's going to get doubled. So you're looking at over 12,000 damage on the SP2 alone. And you can recycle those things pretty quickly with his power gain and everything. Now the special attack 3, he's going to gain a permanent armor up passive, increasing his armor rating by 1,400. And think about this, you've already increased it by 1268, so now it's going to go up another 1,400 to 2,600. On top of, let's see what his armor rating is here, 664. So 664 plus the 2,800, yeah, you're over 3,400 armor rating. That's insane. So very, that's the tank part of him. And it can, of course, be removed by an armor break. But so if you've already got it, so if you let off one SP3, you do your second SP3, he can instantly regenerate up to 9,500 health based on how much health he's lost. So let's get in here, test him out a little bit, and I'll show you guys what he's all about. So we're going to go up against everybody's favorite punching bag, Winter Soldier, and if you look here, there really isn't any synergy that is really worth it for him. They're very like defensive, like you're getting hit, you know. That means I've been power locked. This would mean I've lost power for some reason when facing a tech champ. Might be beneficial on Plague 9, I'm not sure about that really. Doesn't seem like you'd want to bring one of these champs for synergy, you know, just in case. Reduce their debuff effects, increase crit resistance. So yeah, we're not even going to use a synergy here. We're just going to play with Sentinel as is. No mutant synergy, no you know, mutant crit synergy, none of that. We'll just Sentinel. That's all you need. All right, let's get going. So the first thing you want to do is, of course, just build up your analysis charges, whether you're hitting into his block. I like to do one hit and heavies until I get him to a bar power where he can start spamming his specials, and then I can start building up those analysis charges. But I don't want to push him to 2 bars, and a lot of times that's how I take the same approach in war. Let them spam the special one, they can get to that a lot faster, no problem. And on longer fights, what you can do is you can go ahead and go for your SP3 first. Get that armor built up, then you've got a regen in your back pocket at any time. Let's see, we are one more special, there we go. Okay, now this is a great example. 1, 2, 3, heavy attack, you can't stop you regardless. Boom, get your special. And that shock damage, what was it ticking for? Like 1,000 per tick, so that's 2,000 over 6 seconds. That's like 12,000. So yeah, it's definitely tied to your attack. It's probably the same thing with the incinerates. But this guy is a tank. So now I'm only going to be going for special 2s. And you can stack shock charges as well. Look at that, 42. Oh yeah, this dude can't touch me. I'll light him up here. So 5 incinerates, 537 each. That's 2,500 per 6 seconds. So yeah, it's close to 15,000, 16,000 roughly. Get that heavy off. Oh, yeah, that must be, that's the Realm of Legends stun. You won't see that in normal gameplay. Alright, so he's blocking. I'm going to get him to block here in a second. And I'll show you another one of his cool attributes. You don't want them to get a bunch of power. This works well against like Infinity Man or a power gain node. You just let that SP2 off right into their block, and they won't get a bunch of power from it, yet they'll take the 12 to 15,000 incinerate damage. Once again, they're getting almost no power. And if you had on like collar tech or something, then that would do wonders. Now you do not want to use the heavy in mid combo when they've got a bar power though. I'll throw it. Sometimes you get lucky like in here, but in normal gameplay you probably get smoked. They would counter you with their special while you were trying to get that shock off. So yeah, no damage. This dude, I'll let him even hit me a few times. He can't crit me. 100, 100, he's got a Fury up. 300. It would take this guy, no telling how long to kill me. 200, 300, okay, yeah, see, he's not doing anything. And then we'll let this second SP3 off. And I don't know exactly how the regen scales, but let's see, I go from 64% up to 77. Regen about 4,000 right there. No problem. Sentinel taking it on the chin. All in all, I hope that this has been beneficial, showing you a little bit of what this champion is about. One of his most unique abilities is that Plagued Mind and the loss of power and how that interacts. That's one of the most unique things this guy can do, hands down. And then, of course, is basically a little bit of a built-in power reserve. So when you're using him on a power reserve node, offensively, he can do crazy things. I mean, he's a tank. He can, tank SP3s. The damage is insane from what you've seen. I mean, 32,000. Of course, my numbers are skewed a little bit just because I am running suicides, but it is kind of it gives you a good idea of what he is capable of, fully boosted up and everything. So 32,000 on a special 2, to over 12,000, almost 13,000 on just a heavy alone. And that's just the shock damage. That's not even including what the damage is from the physical contact that he makes. So insane damage output, regeneration, you're going through Labyrinth, no problem. You'll spam SP2s for a while, and then you'll rotate your SP3s to build back up, your power and your health. So this guy, he, being bleed, poison immune, rinses mutants. We'll see what map 7 holds. He's got a great butt, wonderful mouth, as Cam would say. So what is there not to like about this guy? He is the Iron Giant of MCOC. At first, I remember when he first came out, I thought, oh man, this is almost one of the cheesiest looking characters I've seen. And of course, his character model being so large and the way the screen looked, it was insane. But come to find out, he's actually one of my favorite champs that I've ever had. So couldn't be happier with him. Like I said, hope this helped shine a little bit of light, showcase some of his abilities overall. If I've missed something, let me know. Like I said, tried to cover it all, but he really is pretty basic. Just one quick last run through of his abilities. Basically, so he's going to get 20 analysis charges when they reuse special time and again, and then also gain 4 charges if they're not a mutant and not a cosmic, of course, if they repeat the same action or you hit into their block. 8 if it's mutant, 2 if it's cosmic. So he's going to build up those charges. Other than that, he just gets a lot of attack, lots of crit resistance, lots of armor rating from each of those charges. Get him to 100. You can use the specials through block. He can heal, crazy damage on the incinerate, on the L1 and the shocks. So, or I'm sorry, the L2 incinerate and the shocks. So yeah, it's all about getting those up and then just going to town, having fun. Not a lot of you got to think about. You're not counting combos or anything like that. You're just kicking ass and taking names. So hope this was informative, guys. If I run across another champ that I really enjoy quite as much as Sentinel, I'd love to do some more of these. And in the meantime, we will see you on the battlefield. Take care.